you're working with young writers?
Yes, and and where it works very well, I think, and what I try very hard to do in my job to the Eastern Territories, is the writers have voices, they have raw talent, they have things to say, they have stories to tell. They may lack a little experience in the crafting that you would expect in Hollywood or in London, but I can help them with that. And it's very much my job to advise and support on the practical side where they might lack some experience, but I try very, very hard not to break the voice and the wonderful raw talent that I first saw in them.
And what a young talent has to do to contact the company? Is there a kind of portal or something you can?
Well, no. I mean, I would. I mean, you know, you're very happy to. I'm very happy to be emailed directly, but then I would refer ideas on to the local. So we have offices in Warsaw, Budapest, Bucharest, and wherever the other one would be, Prague. And it's very important that the local development guys work with the writers, and I'm advising. So people are very welcome to send me ideas. But as I say, the problem is, if it was a German writer with a German idea, it wouldn't work well. But if your readers are, you know, if there are people with roots in Czech or Czech Republic or ideas there, then we're very open to ideas. We're very open to ideas. We're working with film schools, we're working with students all the time.
And in the former discussion, you said you are not the kind of person who reads 40 pages scripts. What form has an idea to have?
I think that, I mean, you know, I need to know that someone can write, so eventually I'm going to need to see some material. I can't imagine commissioning a script from somebody who's never written a script before. But as far as the idea is concerned, if you can't get a series idea encapsulated in 3 or 4 pages, then it's not a good idea. So I like quite short little pitches, so I go, and it should sing, go, yeah, there's something really fresh here. Then I can look, how much more have you got, how much have you worked out, and so on and so forth. But to the start, I don't need a big, long document.
And what are the main mistakes young idea bringers have to avoid?
Watching too much, copying stuff that's on at the moment. I mean, you know, it is huge. The influence of the Scandinavian thing is vast, and I'd say getting on for half the ideas that come into us are long-form crime with a mystery and a dysfunctional cop. No, I'm not saying that we wouldn't do a long-form crime with a dysfunctional cop, but it's important that young writers are watching what's on and are aware of what's on, but they shouldn't be copying. We don't want the Killing or something like that. So one of the mistakes is trying to outthink me of what I might want. I don't know what I want until I see it. So don't be overly influenced by what's on at the moment. Watch everything, see what they're doing, but find your own idea.
And if that's the case, that they have a very new idea, how can they be sure that this idea is not copied by the company they sent it in?
You know, it doesn't really happen. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I mean, look, all I can do is give my word of honor. I think it happens a lot less than young writers think it happens. You hear it all the time.
It's a typical question.
Yeah, it's a very typical question. And I know why they get paranoid, because very often a writer will have an idea and it appears to turn up somewhere. And I think usually that means that idea was there, out there, in some collective, it was ready to come. So if you didn't, I take a slightly Marxist view to these things, that if you didn't do that idea, somebody else would. But I can completely see how did they get hold of my idea? I think it happens less than young writers think it does, personally.
Okay, thank you very much.
Is that okay? Great.
Yeah, that's okay.
Very good, very good.